By the end of this video, your S7-1200 PLC will be reading and writing registers on the Modbus RTU slave simulator live in real time. Let's go straight into it. First of all, we will create a new project. Next, we will double click on this add new device. We'll select our CPU, which is 1214 DC-DC, and this is our PLC part number. Firmware is 2.1. Click OK. It will add a CPU in this project. Next, we will go to this device configuration, or before that we will go to the hardware catalog. Okay, we will go to this communication modules, point to point CM1241, and we will select and drag and drop this module here. Next, we will click on the PLC and go to its properties. Here we will go to the Profinet interface, IP address. So the PLC IP address is 192.168.0.1. Next, we will go to system and clock memory. We will enable the system memory bits, and next we will enable the clock bits as well. Next, we will go to protection and no protection. In the new versions of the TIA Portal, we have to enable the get put. Next, we will click on this communication module and go to the port configuration. The baud rate is 9600, parity no parity, data bits are 8 and stop bit is 1. Next, we will go to the hardware identifier and it is 268. Next, we will close this one and go to the program blocks and we'll open the OB1. Next, we will go to this communication processor folder, open the Modbus and drag and drop this COM load. This will enable this communication module. Click OK. This block actually need a 1 pulse only to get enabled, so we will write here first scan bit, and this bit will be turned on only in the first scan. Next, the port number we have to select here. We will go to this and select this CM1241 485 module, and our port number is 268. Baud rate is 96, parity is nothing, and MB underscore DB we will leave it for now. Next, we will drag and drop this MB master in the network number 2. Click OK and it will create its DB in this system blocks. We can drag and drop this DB here, and next this block needs pulses at 1 Hz to execute, so we will select here M0.5 bit with 1 Hz speed. The Modbus address we can write here 2, so the 2 is our Modbus slave address. As we are going to read or write the holding data register, we will enter 1 in the mod. Data address we will start from 40,001. Next, the data length. Data length will be 10. So we are writing the first 10 holding registers starting from 40,001 to 40,010. Next, this is data pointer. So for this one, we have to create a data block. I'll click on this add new block, data block. We can name this as Modbus data. And in this DB3, we will create the data register we will be using in this Modbus communication. So this will be array of 10 integers, and as you can see that this array contains the 10 variables and the data type for this variable is integer. We'll close this one and we can go to its properties and uncheck this optimize block access because we want it to be symbolic. Click OK, click OK, and just drag and drop this. Next, to be able to read and write these variables, we will create a watch table here. Add a new watch table. Here we can write MB underscore data dot data 0. And for this example, we will create only 3 variables. The wash table is created. We'll split the view and download this into the PLC. Okay, the project is downloaded into the PLC. Next we will open our Modbus lab simulator. Here we will go to connection, connect, register later, and connection is serial port. We will select the COM port where we have connected our converter. Baud rate is 9600, 8 data bits, no parity and 1 stop bit. Click OK and it will try to connect to this communication module. Next we will right click here, go to slave definition, and we will select the slave ID, which is 2, and function is the holding register. So we will select here holding register, as we are going to read or write holding registers, and the starting address will be 1, as we select this PLC base. So we will write here 1 and quantity is 10. So we are going to read and write the addresses or the holding registers from 40,001 to 40,010. We'll click OK, and next we will go online with the PLC. As you can see that this block is working fine, no error, and this block is also functioning. So let's try to modify these values and see if gets reflected in the Modbus slave. Let's modify these, and as you can see that these 3 values comes here into these holding registers, and these values are coming here correctly. So that's how we can connect a Modbus slave with a PLC S7-1200. If you like this video, do share, like and subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to stay connected. And till next time, take care. Goodbye.